Better unmute us here so people can hear what we're saying.
Maybe they'll want me muted.
All right. Yep, William would.
William.
I know, which we won't have him tonight.
Where's William at?
I don't know. He said something about sleeping at
Oh,
4:30.
please. Oh, my God. He's such a drama queen.
Drama queen. Yeah, you'll be hearing some crap from that.
Dude, he gives me so much crap throughout the week. It's ridiculous.
It's
so.
true. It's very, very, very true.
Yeah, so he gets what he gets, and he should like what he's getting.
Right. All right. If you're in here, say hello. Let me know if you can hear us.
Say hello.
Great.
Let us know who's in
I need
here.
to know.
Yeah, we need to know. We need to know who's in here. We need to know who we're talking to live. There's some shady people out there. We want to make sure that, we're not talking to a bunch of shady people.
Don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, I got to adjust things. You got, things going on here that,
This is because you didn't give me a fan. See?
you're supposed to bring that one from the office down, or the dressing room down, whatever that is up
That's
there.
dangerous for me to carry things.
Yeah, it
Are
is.
you kidding?
Yeah, I probably should have went up there and got it, but
See? Rude.
rude.
Always
So
rude
rude.
to me. So I guess I just get to do this.
Yeah, don't knock your drink over though.
I probably will.
That's expensive bourbon in there.
Ooh.
It's not really.
Well, now you just ruined it. Now I don't
Yeah.
want it.
I mean, it's good bourbon. It's just not expensive bourbon.
Right? If you're just joining us, share, like, do all the fun stuff.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit till y'all get in here.
We got a few.
All right.
I just need to know if y'all can hear me.
I would
Oh,
imagine they could
there's
hear.
Rob. Go.
Robert.
Right?
Have you ever been called Robert?
Robert. Is that your given name?
Probably is. Nobody's just Rob. They're Robert.
You never know. Some parents are that way. Where
I'd
they're
be
just,
surprised if, it was just Rob.
just Rob.
Well, no, I shouldn't say that all Robs are Roberts, because one of my best friends growing up was Robbie Davis.
Robbie.
Yeah, but now, of course, he's an adult now. He's an old man like me, so it's Rob. Rob. I'd still call him Robbie. We're Facebook friends, but I haven't seen him since we were kids, pretty much, so I'd still call him Robbie if I
Robbie.
see him.
You know, old habits die hard, don't they?
They do.
And you're older than dirt, so
I still have a lot of family that literally call me Johnny.
they do. They do. I've heard them.
Yep. Even though,
I don't think I've ever called you that, though.
no. Vast majority people call me Sir, or my given name, John.
Yes. Watch out what you say, because I'll be seeing you next weekend, LOL. The 17th.
He's going to be very scary, too. Very scary.
17th, though.
Yes.
Not this weekend.
No. Yeah, that's tomorrow. This weekend is tomorrow.
Right, well, he did say next weekend.
Yes.
Not this weekend.
Yep. So we'll have St. John's, Michigan Jason out at the Screamcraft Bazaar Freak Show. Come on out and get your picture taken with him.
Yeah, he likes it.
He likes it, and he'll stab you in doing so. He likes
Right.
stabbing, too.
Hi, Jen.
Hello, John.
It's very hot in the studio today.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it was supposed to be that hot today, but this building, it's a big warehouse type of building, so it gets moist. It gets very moist in here, and I'm moist right now.
Yes. Well, that's because you didn't bring the fan down.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Like, it gets some air up under the mask.
Yeah.
That's what's making me the hottest.
Yeah, my mask does that to
Yeah.
me, too.
There's no breathing in it.
No breathing.
No breathing. So
So-
if we pass out,
Yeah,
Still
you'll know
not
why.
breathing.
You'll know why. So make sure you guys, we're just a few minutes into this show. Share it out to your friends, your family, your enemies, your frenemies. let's get a big house in here today because we got a pretty cool show. As you've probably been maybe noticing, our last several shows, we've been kind of getting out of our comfort zone of what we're putting on the show. And what I mean by that is the technical side. So we've had a live musician on the show, in-house. We had a live, like steampunk, Renaissance fair stylist. She was on our last show. Rebecca Heinrich.
You just like saying it.
I do. But she was on the show, and so, we're doing these different things where it's just not like having a guest on here. We're actually doing demonstrations and performances, and today is no different. We're doing something a little different. Now,
Yes, so if we have technical difficulties, it's not my fault because
Yeah.
it's brand new yet again.
Yes. So what we're doing is we've been talking with the fine folks out in Northern California, Creature Features, and we got their horror host, Vincent Van Dahl, on a telephone conference call that we did with him. And we're going to be playing parts of that throughout the show tonight. So we'll be switching off from this to that phone interview. So definitely something we've never done. Plus the whole show is revolved around Creature Features, old movies, bad movies, and what was the other one? Do you remember? We just talked about it.
Music.
Not just music.
80s. Metal.
80s metal. Because Vincent Van Dahl, before he did all of this, he was a rock star. An English rock star
From the UK.
Yep. Prince of Darkness.
Is
Now-
the name of the band.
Yes.
Yep.
And what's really interesting is, he stopped doing that years ago, apparently. But he just did get the band back together, and they just released an album. So, that's pretty cool.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
yep.
And I'm going to forewarn you, I will be bouncing back and forth. So if I do not catch your comment again. That way, at some point, I will see it.
Yes. Always remember that.
Yes.
We don't, just because you type something in there, does not mean we'll see it. Sometimes Facebook is kind of weird with how it delays putting it in there, or I've seen it where we actually never saw it on here, but when we watch the replay, I'll say, wow, so-and-so was in here. We never saw that comment.
Yes.
So,
And it is tough because I'm also bouncing from Facebook
yeah.
to our other programs, so
Yeah.
I may miss it as well.
Right. So, it's not like we're ignoring you.
Right. On purpose.
On
You might
purpose.
be.
Well, yeah, I might be.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I could see.
I'm not the nicest tool in the toolbox,
In the shed.
in the shed. I'm not the nicest tool in the shed. I just made that up, and it's pretty bad, wasn't it?
No, that's
Pretty good one?
Been around a while.
Oh, okay. So I didn't just make that up?
Nope.
Ah, crap.
You're old. You think you would know this?
I know. Well, I've heard that. No, you're not the sharpest tool in the toolbox. I said I'm not the nicest tool in the toolbox.
Ah,
But it really doesn't make any sense anyways.
right. Hello and good evening, Matt Davis.
Hello, hello. Welcome
Hey.
to the show.
Welcome to the show.
And we are the Baron and Cindy Knight. I am the Baron, of course. This is Cindy Knight. And
I would think that they would know that if they
not
clicked on our
necessarily.
video,
Not
but
necessarily.
I got you.
Because what if they tuned in? Okay, it says the Baron and Cindy Knight, but William was here as your co-host. They would think William was the Baron. I am the original, the one, the only, the Baron. There is no replacing me.
Or me.
There is no copying me.
Nope.
There is no imitating me. I guess they could imitate me. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, they could try that one.
That would be
yes.
pretty funny.
Jen the skeleton is actually pretty darn cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's right there. He's just eyeballing us.
He is too.
He's huge. And what's cool is we got such high ceilings. We can put a 12-foot skeleton in our studio, and we still got probably 6 feet. at least 6 feet above them, so I could even get a bigger one.
No.
A bigger one.
They don't make them big.
They don't. I'd have to get like distortions to make me a custom one.
Right.
So you'd have to pay like thousands and thousands of dollars.
I would?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you better reverse that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I got a hair tickling me.
like I said, tonight is a
Right here.
something totally different. We're gonna be you right there?
I had a hair tickling me, but it was on the other side.
So yeah, this is gonna be something totally different. So how this is gonna work? We're gonna go and play the first segment of the telephone interview that we did with Vincent Van Dahl
As
from.
long as everything goes well.
As long as everything works. She's been working on it all day, and it's just not a blank interview where you're not seeing anything. You won't see us, but there will be like a presentation of different clips from their show and stuff that pops on during the phone interview. We'll play about 8 minutes of it. About 8 minutes, then we will come
You
back
timing
here.
that?
Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, we'll play about 8 minutes of that, and then we will come back here. What we're also going to be doing, though, today, we're going to delve into some 80s metal music.
We're
as well.
also having a trivia where you
Yes.
can win some swag. Did you want to show them that before we
No.
get into the interview? No?
It's cool swag
Okay, then.
that we've got 10 questions and one bonus question, and whoever gets most of them right wins the swag package, which we'll show right before we do the contest towards the end of the night. So stay tuned for that. While you're watching the show, click on over to like Google or the Facebook page for Creature Features, or on the internet somewhere, and study up on your Creature Features history, because you're going to need it. And don't go before 2016. It's only when Vincent Van Dahl took over the show in 2016. So from 2016
Yeah,
to
I
now.
actually just found that out today, that he was actually not the original
No,
host.
no,
of
there was
Creature
two other
Features.
ones. Yeah, this show goes back to, I think, the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah. It had been gone for a while before he brought it back. Yeah, they've done a great job with the show. It looks great. So we got all that going on. So study up. We're gonna go into that first segment of that phone interview. Like I said, it'll be about probably about 7 or 8 minutes of the phone interview that you can listen to and study up on the history, and then we'll come back and we'll start some other stuff. So whenever you're ready.
I need to know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so
I'm just yapping to fill in
you
space
always
here.
yap. Okay, so again, any technical difficulties, bear with us. This is my first time.
Right, now he's got this giant yacht, and oh well.
Yeah.
I'll just add that to my list of reasons to die.
Well, we're all going to die eventually.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Wonderful, how are you, sir?
We're doing fantastic over here in the big town of Lansing, Michigan.
Oh, Lansing, it's a lovely place. I went through there once.
Did you really?
I did.
What-
It was a tour back in 1987.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name of the hall we played. It was a large hall, which I think is used for roller derby.
Oh,
Do you have a roller derby hall there?
We do.
not anymore. I'm thinking
well,
it was.
they tore it down after we came through. That must be it. The music was so good that they had to toss the place down.
Well, because nobody else would be able to hold that level of music up, so they'd have just had to tear it down.
Oh, that's right. I'm so writing you in my will.
But that was probably the Lansing Center, which they tore down. Yeah, it was right there in the 80s sometime. Late 80s, probably.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I'm sure they've built something better, right?
Um, it's a state. It's a state building now. So like a state of Michigan government building.
Oh, leave it to the government to take over all the fun places, eh?
Exactly.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of background on us. I don't know if you have checked us out on Facebook at all or anything.
I have. You're new horror host, from what I understand.
Yeah, we're the Baron and Cindy Knight show.
And
And
you wear a mask.
yes, sir.
I like it. And look, I said, listen, I should wear a mask like that. With a face like mine, I should wear a mask like that.
Exactly. I mean,
my logic.
I could always send you my old one, my original mask.
Oh, I know within 5 minutes, Angela would steal it and
Oh,
add
yeah.
it to her mask collection.
Yeah, she probably would.
Yeah, she would. But we do more of a talk show, and originally I had asked whoever it was I was talking to if you wanted to do a split screen, and he said that you would do a telephone call. So here we are.
Yeah, I loathe the whole Zoom call thing.
Me too.
It's terrible. It always
Yes.
looks awful, and
Yes.
it's like, all right, well, if we're going to talk about like next week's corporate meeting, I suppose it'd be nice, but for this, no, phone call's fine.
Yeah, no, that's why, everybody always asks us, when we have guests on our show, well, you could get so-and-so on your show if you do like a split screen show. And I'm like, no, they're either going to be
right.
in my studio or we're not going to do it.
That's a nice way to go. We've never done it either.
Yeah.
It's almost during that whole thing prior, we thought about doing it. We said, forget it. No,
Yeah.
we won't do it.
No.
That's when we started having on fishmongers and local merchants instead of
Sure.
movie stars.
And
Well, the movie stars scared of diseases, which is surprising considering
Right.
what Hollywood's like.
Right. So how did you make that transition from being a rock star to a horror movie host? How does that happen?
Well, there was a large retirement in between.
Okay.
So I had nothing to do, and I became quite bored with myself.
Oh,
I said, well, let's do this instead. And so we did.
right.
And, we're going to do something else. We're going to do a different type of show. And then we hooked up with Tom Walsh, who's now our director. And he was involved with the original Creature Feature show with Bob Wilkins.
Oh, okay.
Right. So we did that. We may end up doing something else someday. But right now, we're still having fun.
That was going to be my next question. Are you really enjoying this? Is this something that you could see yourself doing for years down the road?
Well, we're coming up to our 8th year. Actually, our 9th year. The beginning of our 9th year is coming soon. And this week we will tape our 400th episode.
Wow.
That's
And that's-
amazing.
Right, 400th Saturday shows. We've already done like 65 Friday shows. So,
That's wow.
no, we've done quite a few. But, no, we've got some good people starting to come up. We've got Juliet Landau coming soon. You know her?
What was the name again?
Juliet Landau.
I don't recall it. No.
She was on Buffy, the Vampire Slayer,
Oh, okay.
and she is the daughter of Martin Landau and Barbara Payne.
Okay. All right. Well, that's probably why
If
the
you ever
name.
watched Mission Impossible or Space 1999, you'd know those two.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Landau name sounded familiar to me, but the name itself wasn't. But Martin Landau, that certainly is a name I know.
Right. No, Juliet, lovely woman. She looks like a mother with dark hair.
Nice.
So, how did you guys come up with like these characters that you have for creature features, like Livingston and Tangela and yourself?
Character.
Okay,
That's
your
the-
people.
Yeah. What, I mean, how did Mr. Livingston become, your butler and Tangela? How did you guys come together? I mean, you're like three,
Totally different thing.
kinda, yeah.
So Livingston was he was a houseman for another rock star I knew, and I stole him
Nice.
many years ago because he wasn't being paid enough, and
Right.
I thought he'd have more fun working for me, which I think he did as well, and now he probably, in hindsight, doesn't think so. Tangela, she was. I had a place in Brentwood, large home, and I had a large party one night. And the next morning, the entire place was trashed.
Oh no.
And but there were these three girls there, and one of them was Tangela, and they had somehow come into the soiree and made themselves at home and never left.
So
No, that's true. And the three of them were with me for a number of years down in Los Angeles.
oh wow.
And when I moved up here, they all came up, but two of them left.
So
And
how
Tangela was the only one to stay.
Gotta unmute us.
okay, we are back. So that was the first segment
Yes.
of our interview with Vincent Van Dahl, from the host of Creature Features, and out in Northern California.
Yes. And
Bodega
it is
Bay.
pre-recorded, Rob, so we are not actually speaking with him.
Right now, yeah.
Right, live.
This took place last week sometime, early last week, whenever it was. So we didn't want to go live because we didn't want to risk any unforeseen issues, because we've never done something like that before. So we wanted to make sure we had it. We had the whole thing, so we decided to pre-record it. So what I'm hoping to do next, we're going to fly out to Bodega Bay, I think, and crash the mansion.
Right. And we'll be like Tangela and never leave.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We'll just become a part of Creature Features. It's
Yes. So if you're unfamiliar with Creature Features, guys, on YouTube, well, there's two different ways you can watch this. If you're familiar with Elvira horror hosting, and USA's Up All Night back in the 90s, and Sven Gulli, same thing, same concept. I think these guys' production values are better than those shows. They might not get as good as movies as them sometimes, but their production values, I think, are better.
Right, but if you like older movies
Yes.
and stuff like that, they don't really play those ones that you're like, I cannot watch this.
No, they're not like super bad ones. They're just older, maybe a little more obscure, because it costs a lot of money. Vincent and them, this is all funded through them. There are different things that they do. They don't have like huge, studio backing and all this stuff. So, but it's a horror hosted program with Vincent Van Dahl, his housemate Tangela, and Mr. Livingston, the butler, which he's hilarious without trying to be hilarious.
Well, they do have the maid and the
Yes.
handyman that's on
Yes.
there. I obviously can't remember their names because
Well, you
they're
got-
not on as much.
Yeah, you got what's his name? The handyman is something handy.
Well, that makes sense. All right,
Handley or something like that.
see you, Rob. Thank you for handing out the flyers. We appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. And then Mrs. O'Connor is the maid that Tangela torments. Well, she torments the entire staff. So,
Pretty much.
but another interesting thing that, like I said in the beginning, he started out as a rock star, an 80s metal band called Prince of Darkness. They do have a new album that they just dropped within the last month, I believe. We just listened to that today.
Yes, we
And
did.
it's really cool because they've got like all the names of the songs are names of these old classic movies for the most part. They got Frankenstein, The Others, what were some of the other one? Lost in Time, I think it was, or something. The Time Machine, Freaked. Just a lot of cool. Dawn of the Dead. That one was really cool. I really like Dawn of the Dead, The Thing. So really good music. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Just pull up Prince of Darkness. You're going to get a whole lot of different stuff, but you got to, I think, put.
Well, he's thinking, Rob, we will be putting it on YouTube. He did not record the call on his end. So if you're having to leave and you want to hear it in its entirety without us stopping it, we will be posting it to YouTube.
Yes, it will be on YouTube later tonight. But yeah, so Prince of Darkness, which brings me up to, what were some of your favorite? Now I know you were around during the 80s, but you're much younger than I am. So did you have any 80s hair bands that you liked even after like the 80s, like today or back in the 90s, 2000s, whatever? Were there any hair bands or that really stood out for you? And you guys, fire them in here. I want to hear about who you guys liked for the hair bands.
The hair bands. Twisted Sister was a big one. I think in my younger years, you had mentioned Cinderella.
I love Cinderella.
I think
Rat.
those are the two in Rat. I do, yeah. I used to love Rat, actually. I used to play that one all the time. But for hair bands, I think that was the main ones that I listened to.
Yeah.
There may be some other ones out there. Van Halen, Ryan said.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Van Halen was like way, way up there. I mean, they were like
Yeah.
double A list,
Yeah, see, and I listened to more of the, obviously, like Madonna or REO Speedwagon, or
Yeah.
that was more my speed back then, I
Right,
guess,
right.
but I did like some of the hair bands. Another Skid Row, Van
Skid
Halen,
Row. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Sebastian
Jezebel, Rat, and Skid Row. Scurvy said I was more into 90s skater punk bands.
Fair.
Ryan says I was born in 89, LOL. Doesn't mean that you can't listen to them, though.
That's right. And, a lot of people now do. Like, we've got the Record Lounge next door to us here. A lot of the people I see come in here are like the Gen Zs. Is that what they're called? The younger kids that are really into vinyl.
Yeah, yeah.
And they've got an appreciation for it. They know. They're just not wearing the concert T-shirts. They know the music. There's a lot of people that make fun of like younger people when they're on like Facebook, the social medias, and they'll wear a Warrant or not Warrant, but we'll say Cinderella or some heavy metal band or something like that, and they have no idea who it is. These particular kids that come over here, they know their music, and they appreciate
do.
it. They appreciate
Yeah.
the vinyl and the sound of it and the history of it. So that's
And
pretty
Jen,
cool.
I'm the same. I love all different kinds of music. I really bounce all over the place.
I'll give everything a chance. I do like country. It's not my favorite, but there's some older country that I like. I'm a rock metal, but not like, I'm not a big fan of super screamo, but there's some that I do like. One of our favorites, that's where she came from in this moment, Maria Brink. She was screamo.
Yep, and I love
And
her
she's-
music.
yeah,
so
she's like
that's
one of our
that
favorites.
yeah,
I saw her 3 times in 1 year.
whatever. Whatever. Well, we have more of the interview. We have to kind of go through it. It's already like 7:30, so
Wow.
yeah, it goes fast. Especially when we're not able to just sit here and talk at people. It's
Right.
like we're just sitting here waiting to talk to you.
Okay, we're going to do the second segment right now. When we come back, we're going to play the trivia, and then we'll finish off the rest of the interview, and then we'll do our closing. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan to me. Here we go.
Not sure where it'll come out at.
Sounds one would expect from a 1980s pop band.
Right.
They're not as good. I mean, we're no flock of seagulls or anything like that.
Well, we like different. So.
Flock of bats. That's what I should have
Oh.
done. I should have had a band called A Flock of Bats.
Flock of bats.
There you go. Brand new. Now you got something else to work with.
Right.
No, it's too late. I should have done it long ago. I always do this. I come up with wonderful ideas years after they've already been invented.
Oh, I know. I'm same. I think you and I are probably about the same age, and I think I do that all the time. I think, why didn't I start this like 20 years ago or even 10 years ago? Or Yeah. Little too.
Investments as well. I had a chance to buy into Facebook back in like 2004.
Oh,
To Facebook. Well, what would I want with a book of faces?
right.
Right.
I mean, who would
Ludicrous.
have thought something like that would have worked? You know, when it
Right.
first came out.
Now he's got this giant yacht, and oh well.
Yeah.
I'll just add that to my list of reasons to die.
Aw.
Well, you know, we're all going to die eventually.
That's right.
I don't know if
So
I
you're
will.
doing your show weekly.
Every other week. So we have one
Every other
coming.
week.
Yeah, we have one coming this Thursday.
Yeah. So it'll be this
Wonderful.
Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You do them on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Why?
We felt like Saturday nights for the type of show we have, everybody's out doing something,
Oh.
you know?
And we're live.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, because it's live.
Right.
Even though the vast majority of our viewers are recorded, so you could watch the show, you know, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, year later. But we just felt we're getting more people watching it live during the week, so we can interact with them.
Well, that makes all kinds of sense.
Yeah.
You know, our audience, they're like us. They don't have much of a social life, so they're always home on a Saturday night.
Right.
And then we count on that. But I suppose if we were to show it on like a Sunday night, we get some of the hip people watching us as well.
Yeah.
Right? You never know because, you know, Saturday nights you got people like the Baron watching you.
Yeah. I watch
The
everything.
Baron, who's the Baron?
The gentleman talking to you on my side over here.
Yeah, me.
You said him as it was a third person or something. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, I refer myself to the Baron as well. So, you know, I talk in the third person sometimes, which kind of annoys myself. So.
That could be most amusing or somewhat disturbing,
Yes.
depending on how it's received.
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so.
Good. Well, you have any more questions before I run?
No, we just really appreciate you coming on and talking to us, and means a lot to us. And you know, we'll just keep watching you guys on TV, and maybe we'll send you guys a little care package.
We'd love that.
Yeah.
Tangela would certainly love it.
Oh, I've got something in mind for Tangela.
No explosives, please.
Oh, well,
She already has plenty. We have one of those already.
yeah. Now we'll come up with a nice care package that will keep all you guys safe.
That's so kind of you.
Yeah.
That's so kind of you. Well, it was lovely chatting with you. Great success for the show.
Okay.
And I hope to see you up on the tally one day.
All right. Wonderful.
We hope
All
so
right.
too, and thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you. Ta-ta.
All right.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Okay, folks, so we did have a technical difficulty.
Well, yeah, skipped part of the interview, but that's okay because, like I said, or you said, that we will be posting the full uncut interview on our YouTube. Our YouTube channel, Screamcraft Studio. So you'll be able to see it or see it in its entirety on YouTube later tonight, and then it'll remain on there. So there is more to that interview, and you know, it actually works out because we do have a lot more things that we got to do tonight, and it would have rolled us over the hour. We really don't like to go over an hour because I know it's very hard for people to just sit around and take an hour out of their day, you know, to watch us. So we do like to keep it within that hour frame. So it's a great interview. I do encourage you to go watch the whole thing on YouTube and subscribe and like it too. We're trying to build that channel. You know, we get great numbers on our Facebook, but YouTube,
Hi, Cynical.
Hey, Cynical. We've had YouTube for a little over a year now, so we're still building it, and YouTube is tough market to break into.
It is.
really is.
It really is.
So, you know,
Well, and eventually we will be going live,
live on YouTube as well as Facebook.
multiple streaming at the same time.
Yes.
So you'll be able to watch us in more than one place.
We're fancy like
We're
that.
fancy.
Wow, we're getting fancy
Right.
like that.
We're slowly getting there. I'm still having technical difficulties.
So what we're going to do what we're going to do, I hope you guys have been studying. I did give some answers. Notice I didn't hit you hard. I like tap. I didn't do that.
I'm just gonna start hitting back.
What was I saying?
That you gave some answers.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Throughout the show already, I already gave some answers. So hopefully you've been doing some studying. You can Google it. It's all on who gets the answer fastest. So when you get the answer and she sees it here, I'm going to mark your name down and how many answers you got. Like I said, there's 10 questions and 1 bonus. And
Cynical says it's a lot to learn and navigate.
yes, it is. This is not going to be easy unless we get somebody or have somebody in here that
Watches the show
as much as I do. I mean, I would kill this. I mean, I came up with all the answers or questions, and I already knew all the answers. So, again, big fan. So, if there's somebody like me in there, you're all screwed.
Well, do you want to show them
Oh,
the package? Yeah, before we
Yes.
get started.
Okay, so we have. Hopefully, I don't drop shit
You're
all over
gonna.
the place.
I know you are.
Okay, we've got a Screamcraft. What do you call them? Lanyard.
Yep, lanyard.
Screamcraft Studio lanyard. We've
No,
got.
that's the Festival of the Macabre, but yes.
Yeah, it's still Screamcraft. So we got one of those. We've got a bundle of stickers. We've got. Let me get this here. What are we doing here?
Just give me that.
Yeah, take those. Get it.
Okay.
Okay, what stickers do we have?
So we have a Voodoo's sticker. Let me make sure that this is going to come up right here so I know
Yeah,
that we're not
blasting it.
blasting it.
Usually got tilted.
Just a little bit. A sticker of the Baron and I together. I'm assuming you did. Cynical, you let Sin in here.
Oh, Sin's in here. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah. I hope you stick stickers to things. One of the Baron, I'm going to try and
That's
get
money
closer.
right there, folks. Hang on to that one. That's money. That's money right there. That's the money shot, Sin. You see that? That's
One
money.
of me.
I mean,
This is the one everybody's going to want.
yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah.
We have St. John's, Michigan Jason sticker.
He's cool.
He is cool.
He's cool.
We have a photo that we will sign of us. And that's a fun one.
Now, because this has been kind of a part of this show is, the 80s metal and vinyl and stuff, we do have, courtesy of our friends over at Record Lounge, this is anybody know what this is right off the bat?
Is that one of the questions?
No, it's not one of the questions. But do you know what it is? It is, if you're into vinyl and you have a turntable, this is the soft part of where you lay the album on. It has a little hole there to protect it on the turntable. And this is, I believe this is the Pearl Jam, one of their albums, the Pearl Jam logo for one of their albums. So that will be in there as well. And, speaking of stuff like this, if you guys want to sponsor the Baron and Cindy Night show, and you have a product or something like that you want to do a giveaway on, what a great way to get that product out there. We'll do it as a giveaway like this and promote you guys out there. We got big plans for this show, and we need support doing it. So get a hold of us if you want to be a sponsor. We've got our Patreon sponsors. Who do we got? Sicken and Scurvy. We got Eric Kemble, Janice 2, Michelle Erskine, our Patreon sponsors. But if you want to be an actual sponsor of the show as well, outside of Patreon, hit us up. Okay, so we're going into. Sorry, I had to do that now because in case we ran out of time at the end of the show.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're going to do the first question. You can Google it. You can ask your friends. You could do whatever you got to do to get the answer. It's the first one that comes across. So, right off the bat, Vincent Van Dahl. What's his stage name, or his real name? His real name that he used when he was in Prince of Darkness. So essentially, what is Vincent Van Dahl's real name?
Right? We'll see how fast people Google. Even though I didn't know that one.
Yeah, you know it. Yep. And what a nice guy. Man, is he a nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
I was really hoping he was going to be that way. And man, he was just super cool. I like him even more now.
Right? Wheat. Or we. But thank you, Sin, for the stars. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Now, did you Google the answer?
Google them answers, man. We got 10 of these suckers. Ooh, what is that?
They sent that Sin sent stars.
Yeah, but it's like a skull and crossbones.
I know. Isn't
That
that
is
cool?
sweet.
Right over your head, too.
Sin is so cool. Even his freaking sending stars. Everybody else has like this little frog. He's got a skull and crossbones. How cool is that?
No, that the other ones are if they like or share the video.
Oh, I've never seen the skull and crossbones, and I've seen people send stars before. I've never seen that.
Well, then
that
maybe
shows
he
how,
has it set to that.
Exactly. That's how cool Sin Mile is.
Where you get the skull and crossbones.
All right, you guys got about 30 seconds to get this one before I go on to the next one. This next one's going to be a little tougher.
Right? Nobody
Waiting.
answers. We just might have to, like, leave it, and you'll have to see if anybody answers that's not live.
Right, right. Somebody will get one of these, I would imagine. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. If you figure it out, pop it
What's
in
the
there.
question? The question was, what is Vincent Van Dahl's real name? Silence.
It's crickets.
Right, it's crickets.
Crickets. You got about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and we're moving on to the next question. If you get the answer after 30 seconds, go ahead and pop it in there. She'll know what you're answering.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next question. What is the name of the mansion that they produced the show from? Which is actually owned by Vincent Van Dahl. He owns the mansion. What is the name of the mansion?
I say hot.
You say hot?
It's hot. It is very hot in here today.
Come on, guys. Google can be your friend. Google can be your friend. Use
Right.
it properly.
Well, you also know there's a little delay.
Yes, there is a delay, so we are. What is that? We are keeping that in mind.
Whew.
What is the name of the mansion that they film Creature Features from? The current Creature Features. What is the name of the mansion? Give you a little hint. It's in California.
No.
Northern California. That's all I'm going to tell. Oh, it's essentially the home of the movie The Birds. How's that? That help you guys? They filmed The Birds in that community. That's a good one right there.
That's cool. I actually
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Did not know that.
What is the name of the city or town? I think it's more of a town. Or no. I'm sorry.
You can't even keep track
Name
of where
of
you're
the
at
mansion.
on the thing.
What is the name of the mansion? That ties in with what I just told him about the birds, this next question. That's why it threw me off.
There you go, Sin.
What do you get?
Polter Mansion.
Attaboy, Sin! Okay.
Right, there's not a lot of competition in here. Somebody should be able to answer these.
Right. Okay, now. What is the town name that the mansion is at, or resides in, or town which resides. What do I got on there?
You said town which resides.
Yeah.
That's what you got on the board.
What's the name of the town that the mansion's in? The name of the town. And it's actually now I don't remember if it's the town next to this, but it's like right near the mansion where they filmed the original The Birds.
So you just filmed the whole thing over there.
Well, I mean, the vast majority of it. A lot of times interior shots they do elsewhere, but they may have done interior shots elsewhere. Come on, great prizes. Lots of stickers, autographed picture,
Well, you're close, Sin. It's not Boguega.
oh, yeah, so he's got it. He just typed it in.
A G, yeah.
Yeah, Bodega Bay. Bodega Bay. All right, guys, Sin's creeping away with this. Okay.
You missed it. Well, no, you still got like, I don't know how many more questions.
We've
to
only
go.
done 3 questions. There's
Out
only
of
been
10.
2 answers, and there is a bonus question. Now, some of these ones coming up, I mentioned early in this show.
Yes.
So if you're paying attention, like you should be paying attention in school, you should be paying attention to the Baron and Cindy Night Show, you would get this. What is the name of the band that Vincent Van Dahl belonged to?
Or belongs to. 'Cause
Belongs
he's still,
to, yeah, because they just released that new album, which is sweet. You guys got to check it out.
Exactly.
What is the name of the band?
I don't-
And it could be confused with another highly, highly popular artist that's still around today.
Oh, Sin already got it.
Oh,
Prince of Darkness.
yes, sir. He's Googling that shit like crazy. He is Googling that.
You're in the lead, Sin. You get all but one so far.
This is going to be a tough one, though. This could be hard. This one, I don't know if you can Google it. You'd have to go by pictures.
Oh, yeah.
You'd literally have to go by pictures unless you watch the show regularly.
Right. Which I knew the answer of.
Vincent Van Dahl's housemate is named Tangela. What is one of her favorite, if not her favorite, creature? What is her favorite creature that she's typically holding throughout an episode?
And has lots of.
And has lots of them. Yeah, this one's going to be tough.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, if you don't watch the show, you wouldn't know the answer. I'm curious if I Googled it, if it come up.
Right, yeah, I mean, don't go down there.
Nope, both wrong.
What'd they say?
Jen said snakes, Scurvy said voodoo doll,
Nope. You would think of voodoo doll.
right?
It's not something you'd really think of.
That's too vague, and critters does not count.
Critters. Sin. Come on, man. Okay, I'm going to give
Mummies, nope.
a hint. It is,
Associated with hockey.
yes, and it's a critter of the sea.
Gremlins, nope.
A critter of the sea. You got to be specific.
Right.
Who's it going to be? Yeah, if you follow hockey, and I'm not going to say the team, but if you think about where we're from, that might help you.
Yep.
Yep.
Other teams have taken it over. Loch Ness Monster. A little warmer.
Yeah. Creature of the sea.
Sharks, nope. Seahorse, nope. Apparently they are not. They are not hockey fans.
Has to do with the Stanley Cup.
Yes.
The Road to the Stanley Cup.
No sea urchins.
Sea urchins. That'd be a good one.
Let's put it this way. Mothers always wish they have more of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No stingrays, no manatee.
A manatee.
Octopus. There
There
you go.
Who got
Sin.
that? Oh, for God's sakes. All right. Sin 4, everybody else 0.
Right? Still can take the lead, though.
You can, yeah. There's still technically 6 more points on the board. Let's see. What is, and I mentioned this earlier in the show, what is Tangela's role or title on the show? What is her role or title on the show? Tangela.
Crabs. Nope, not crabs.
Crabs.
Right? Sin already got it with the octopus.
Oh, they're still going on that. Yeah, there's that delay.
Yeah,
probably.
we have the little delay. So
Yep.
you got to get
Yeah,
on
Sin
that.
already got that one.
Co-host? No.
She is a co-host.
I
but
like all these question marks.
Yeah.
It's like they give me the answer question mark.
She is a co-host, but she has a specific title, and it was in the interview. It was in the interview, the first segment of the interview, I believe. Vincent Van
Which-
Dahl literally called her this.
Sin was not in here.
Oh, during that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Den mom? No.
No, she's a youngin'.
Yeah, she's and a hellion at that.
Oh, boy.
So,
Her alone is worth the ticket, even though there's no price to the ticket. She is freaking hilarious.
and she doesn't talk.
Doesn't say a word.
Not a word.
She doesn't have to, though.
No, she doesn't. Really? That was uncalled for.
Tangela's title or role on the show. Not co-host, even though she is a co-host, but technically it's specifically what Vincent refers to her as. Give you about 30 seconds.
Right? And then moving
And then
on.
I'll give you guys the answer after 30 seconds. I didn't give you the answer on that first one that nobody
Well,
got.
no, you never know. They might come back with it. Mime, no.
Yeah, but we're not going to remember which one if somebody already got or not. You know, that he already got points for. What was it? Mine?
Is it a barrel roll?
Barrel.
No.
She's the barrel roll.
Right. She does like to blow things up,
Yes.
but that's not part of the title
Nope.
of what she's called.
See, if y'all were paying attention during the phone interview, you would know this. She never left. Let's put it that way. That's a hint. She never left.
It's kind of a vague hint, but
It is.
I could see where
but
you
it
would
might
get
spark
it when you
a
know the
memory.
answer.
Yeah, it might spark a memory. Oh, yeah, he referred to her as. So about 10 seconds. 10, 9,
Ghost? Nope, but she looks like
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
and it's 7:54. So
okay.
you better get the ball
So,
rolling.
housemate. It's simply his housemate. Okay, so we've got Mr. Livingston. What is his role? And this was said earlier. I said it and Vincent said it. What is Mr. Livingston's role on the show?
I like him too. He's pretty funny.
Oh, he's hilarious. Again, without even trying to be funny.
Right.
I can't say that. Mm-hmm. That was the next question. I was about to give it away. They'll never get that one.
No, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
That one I wouldn't even get.
Come on now.
Right.
That's kind of an easy one, guys. Mr. Livingston. What is his role? What is his title? What does he do at the house, at the mansion?
I don't think anybody's playing. besides sin.
All you gotta do is Google it. It's Google. You could win awesome prizes.
Cynical said, that's not what I realized you were looking for.
What was looking for?
I'm not sure. I think the housemate thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's literally her title. Is she's the housemate that
Butler,
never left?
Sin.
Yes.
See, he's playing.
Okay, so
He's playing.
with that, he's got 5. There is so we're gonna do one more question.
Because pretty much nobody else can beat you, Sin.
Yeah, unless they got every question right and the bonus. So the last question is Mr. Livingston's home country. Where is he from?
Silence.
Silence. As we're waiting for that answer, was there anything we're closing on?
We have our big event coming up in a couple weeks or a week and a half.
Yeah,
Our Screamcraft Bazaar Expo.
right. Something just popped up on there.
New Zealand.
Nope.
England. Nope. It's if you guys talk to me and know me a little, it's part of my heritage.
I don't know if we've ever revealed that.
No, not well.
I mean, part of it we did.
Sin and scurvy might.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, we got the Screamcraft Bazaar Freak Show coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend, out at Awaken Haunted Attraction.
Yes.
Then shortly after that, we will be at Festival of Oddities out in Charlotte, Michigan. Our next show after this one, in-studio show, we've got Mia Motionless.
Mia Motion.
She's cool.
Yep,
You guys will
that's
like her.
The 25th, I believe.
25th, 22nd, I don't know.
Nope, not Scotland or Ireland.
Nope. Think of back in the 40s, an enemy of England. Give you a little hint there. That's an easy hint.
Italy, nope. Getting warmer.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got those things coming up, and we have, like I said, if you guys want to be a sponsor on the show, hit us up. We love giving away things, so if we got
Germany, Scurvy got it.
Scurvy!
Uh-oh, made it a race now.
Okay, so we might go over an hour here because Scurvy is back in the hunt, or in the hunt. Okay,
Right? Scurvy beat you, Sin.
let's see. The year Vincent Van Dahl took over Creature Features. What year did he take over or obtained Creature Features, the brand?
Or we brought it back out.
Yeah, brought it
to
back
life.
out. Yeah, so if you guys want to be a sponsor of the show, we're always looking for those things to help us do the things we want to do, whether it's a monetary sponsorship or a product sponsorship. You want to get your product out there or whatever.
Right.
We like to do these games and give products away and things like that.
1987 is incorrect. Go a little newer.
Yep. Our friends at Awaken Haunted Attraction are huge supporters of us. They got this huge banner behind us. We're constantly promoting them guys. So if you'd like that too, hit us up.
Right? A little further, Sin.
What do you say?
2001.
Getting warmer.
They'll start punching out numbers. That's crazy. I don't know how some people do that when they say, "Oh, this number, that number," and it's like, and they
Go the opposite
numbers
way?
are no, it's
Oh.
just the numbers are just flying through the comments, and you're like, "Whoa!" So you gotta hope that you get the right one first.
Right.
2010, a little warmer.
Warmer. I should have had like a hint of something that happened during that year. But I have
I
no
can't think
idea.
of anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what would have happened during that year.
Right. We're getting warmer. 2019, 2015,
Well,
2014. We're getting
woo, woo.
really
See,
close.
see, this is like a year nobody's even like,
Right.
wow, what happened? They're going right around it on both
They
sides.
are. Nope, not 2020. You guys went too far.
Womp womp. Guys, we're right
Oh,
there.
Sin.
Sin, of
2016.
course it's Sin. Sin is the winner of the Creature Features Trivia Night here on the Baron and Cindy Night Show. So, Sin, we can, you're going to be here next weekend, right, for the festival.
I don't know
Correct,
if
or-
he was or wasn't. I guess
Okay.
he can confirm that because I
Yeah.
know he was with Cynical
Right.
and
So,
wasn't sure if he was going to be back home.
if you're going to be at the show, we'll bring you your winnings. We'll bring you your winnings. Otherwise, we'll figure out how to get it to you. You know, whether we got to
We'll
send it to
see
you.
you at
we
some
will
point.
see you at some point. So you are the big winner.
We'll see him at least September 13th.
Yeah. What's September 13th? Oh, at Awaken Haunted opening night at Awaken Haunted Attraction. Sin Mile will be there.
Because he has to co-host with me.
Yes, because I'll be predisposed for part of the night. Cynical, I don't think she was able to make it, or
I think she's coming in October.
yeah, okay. So yeah, guys, opening night out at Awaken, September 13th, Friday the 13th. You'll also have St. John's Jason will be there as well.
Yes.
Thanks for coming out here, guys, today and spending the night with us. And thank you so much to Creature Features for being so awesome.
Yep. And again, if you want to hear the whole phone interview, you can go to
Yes.
YouTube, which will be posted later tonight.
Yes,
And
it's
Sin said he won't be back until the first week of September.
okay. So Screamcraft Studio at Yahoo, or I'm sorry, at YouTube, or YouTube at Screamcraft Studio. You can get the full interview with Vincent Van Dahl.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm signing off. We're leaving it in her hands.
Always signing off. You see what he does? He just puts it in Jen. Now Jen's doing it. Everybody likes my saying. So here we go. I'm going to say it and love you guys all. I'm glad that you always come and spend time with us, and we're getting better and better. So hopefully we'll see more and more people. As always, everybody, keep it real.